we have for you guys to talk about an album that did not just circulate across Nigeria, but also saw the artist as a solo artist at the time. And his name is, oh, I will go with the name of the album. Face to Face. Now that you hear the name of the album, what comes to your mind?
A lot. The thing is, Face to Face album, we call it Nfana Ibaga album because it was kind of like the biggest track on the song.
Who is we?
I and my crew back then, I would call it Nfana Ibaga album, but we know it was Face to Face because it was his first album. And I would like to say, whatever you think of Afrobeat right now, whatever you think of music, whatever you think of Burna Boy, Davido, and Whiskey, this is the genesis of it. This is the album that started it all. Two Face was number one. That album really shot Nigerian music to lamplight, the international audience and everywhere. That's why that album is being revered. It's 20 years now since that album was done. And that's why it's such a big deal for everybody in Nigeria.
All right. The Face to Face album was strategic and very creative. And if you're looking from right now, it was also futuristic. If you weigh the effect, the album, the songs on the album, the artist that made the album has had on what then went on to happen with the rest of the Nigerian entertainment industry, and I say entertainment now, not just music. You realize that this album, there's a high level of intentionality with that album, starting from the title, Face to Face. You realize that that album literally tells you to leave everything else you're doing and face the artist whose name is Two Face.
Yeah.
Which of the songs on that album, a couple of songs that make you feel, you know what this is?
Look, one would like to say all the songs, but for me, it was right here.
Come on, come on. Come on, come on. One piece, two face.
That song was unbelievable because that was my favorite song on the album. Fine, African Queen was everybody's favorite, and
African Queen was my least favorite.
Yeah, yeah. You are my African queen. Ooh, Lord, ooh, Lord. Just like the sun, light up the earth, you light up my life. The only one I ever see with a smile so bright. Hey.
really okay. Hearing it, what must be around my voice, so you can
But I'm
hear that.
weird in some way. So
So, Nfana Ibaga itself, when the video came out,
Yeah, I'm coming out straight this time. I'm coming out with a little of my own kind of peace of mind.
damn, that was like the intro to the album. And the fact that it had almost all the Kennis music stars, that it was done in first act, where my man comes from. We had the great San Sultan on that video. We had Casey Fresh when they were still fresh. And Two Faces brother, I think Reggae Rockstar.
there was AJ and HI.
They were all on that. I remember the first time I had that song. I was in Port Harcourt and I was in my mother's place. And my cousin just came and he called me that, come and see. Otherwise, this guy calling me. Immediately I saw it, I was like, oh my God. As in, it was new. The album was, in fact, the whole song, but for me, it's right here. Right here.
Let me collect myself a little bit. This is an emotional moment for me. When that song, that video happened upon me, it was a space in my music, the life of my music following, that I was still mourning the end of Plantation Boys. And I kept asking, so what am I going to do with the rest of my life now? Do these people know that my emotions, they didn't even care about my
We
feelings?
all were like that.
But I was minding my business one day, and boom, I saw that video with Two Face in a singlet, a small bag hanging from his neck, a hat on his head, and just him and the microphone. beyond the fact that he started with that rap, I'm coming out straight this time, coming out with a little of my own kind of piece of brand. Beyond that, that picture went on to portray what Two-Face represented, which is the guy that you know, that you feel like every single time you see him, you can walk up to him and greet him.
Yes.
They portrayed him as an extraordinary fellow packaged in the body of your main guy, your guy on the street.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm pretty sure that it's bringing back a lot of memories.
So much.
If you were to feature Two-Face on any of the tracks on that particular album, that's it.
It has to be right here for me, like I said. There was just something about that song. I don't really know how it tickles me.
I would like you to say a song right now.
Sing the song.
Your own version.
My own version.
Do you know
Okay.
the most outstanding thing for me about this, right? I know this is not my question. That Right Here album was the intro to the video.
Yes.
Well, Walking with the Roses, and I said, "Where are you going to?" He said, "You even went to that bar and said, I did not buy roses. I plucked it on the way where I was going."
I don't see you going on your knees. Mind your own business, yo. After I didn't even buy the flowers, I plucked them myself. Yes, now.
He was a very comical fellow, so you understand that song. Everything about it was just. I just felt myself coming into that song because I'm not a rap kind of person. I like more of rhythm and R&B, and that's why that song really tickled me, man. Waiting I could do to make you feel see my love for you now real. Fine, I was a kid that time, but still, man, I enjoyed that song
You
so
not had a
much.
girlfriend then?
No, I didn't. 2004, I was a virgin.
So what were you doing with all of those lyrics? You were just continuing them.
Yes, we're saving them for the future love letter.
You were
Last
wasting
time we
them,
didn't have
my brother. You were wasting them. Okay. There were many songs, but one song that got me was "As I Dey Waka Dey Go." Waiting at the fly in
Jay, as I dey waka dey go, wetin I dey plan na a funky show. After the show, na the party yo. The party go happen for my end yo. Even if you know be my friend yo.
funky show. After the show, na the party yo. The party go happen for my end yo. And even if you know be my friend yo, come and party with my friends yo. Woo! That album, that song was extraordinary, special, but very relatable. You saw everybody in that video, and of course, he started that thing where you could carry your peoples along. He had his younger brother, HI, that's Hyson, and AJ. Both of them had a group then called the Natives.
Yeah.
They did the second verse of that song. It was very special.
So which of today's artists would you say benefited from what they did at the time? You think and you say that influence the kind of artists we have.
Which of
You
them?
agree, yeah.
Yeah,
Influence,
of course.
and then
The thing is,
come to your mind when you listen to that.
currently,
Correct.
well, Burna Boy, I would like to say, because Burna Boy he's kind of like, his vibes are kind of like Two-Face, because he's from the street too, just like Two-Face. And like Icon said, it's relatable to you. And that's what Burna Boy, when Burna Boy sings, you feel related to that song, the way he vibes in. Fine, Whiskey was one of those that started after Two-Face. Well, maybe since he went to America, I don't know what happened to him, but Burna Boy is the one like flying the flag now, man. So that's why to me, it's Burna Boy. It is Burna Boy.
I'd say my answer to the first question, yes. He influenced the industry, set the template, told everybody this is the path you follow, this is how you walk through this path. The answer to the question, who did he influence the most? Everybody. Two-Face went places people didn't even know existed at the time. He broke the ceiling, made everybody know and believe that it was possible to go as far as he wanted to. The album sold copies, he did shows abroad, he did international collaborations. He did one with Beanie Man. White Cloth was here in Nigeria.
Oh my God.
The song
Mary J.
also had
Blige.
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
The song also, African Queen, was used as the soundtrack to a Hollywood movie, an actual movie.
Bad girls.
And it got paid heavily for it.
So much.
Shout out to Kennis Music.
Kennis Music. It's all right.
All right. Now we
Uh-huh.
were just coming from the book.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say is the impact that he had? Would you say that he had an impact on the other group members
Hmm.
after breaking up?
Of course.
I'm going to quote Idris Abdul Karim.
Yeah, exactly.
Two Faces the Plantation.
Yeah, the rest of
Them,
you are the boys.
them ninjas are the boys. That's what Idris Abdul Karim
This is
said.
your school B. What is your what's going to be your own song if you were to remove? I know you said all of them.
Hmm.
What to remove one song from that
From the album, one song. Damn, that's hard.
Do you know that the album is so perfect? I wouldn't even the skits. Back in the day, if you
Yeah.
did an album, you had to do skits because
This kid was
recording songs is
beautiful.
expensive. You do 8 songs, do 4 skits, be like 12 tracks. But even the skits, the first one where you had MC Akatu,
Yeah.
and the other one where it was like, oh boy, what's in the happen? What's in the happen?
Police.
Say, na police, oh,
Yeah.
no, na thief. Oh, na police, oh. He said,
They were
no,
all-
this person, no, they even know again which one be which one. Even the skits were strategic, it was perfect. But if I had to remove one song, and I'm sure people will nail me to the cross for this,
Mhm.
it would be African Queen.
No. Bring the cross.
Get the cross.
Put him on it straight away.
I'm sorry.
That's his opinion. For me, it will be the song he did with Blackface or DIA. I think I'll take that one
You know,
out.
you know, he had to do something. What's his word now? He had to do something cultural, something native.
Yeah,
So he
we
had to-
agree. But back then it was like this. I don't know how they set their templates back then for album. They did the normal songs. They had something of their tribe, and then they had a gospel song on it.
You have to do one thanking your fans. You have to do one thanking your mother. You have to do
Exactly.
one party song and a few love songs.
So that was the template. So to me, I don't feel that on DIA it was a good song, but I would take one out. That would be the only song I think I'll take from the album.
I was happy to see Odia as well because I felt like there was rumors that they had beef.
Yeah.
But that made me feel like, oh, Blackface and Two-Face are good. Oh, that's great. They even did the song.
Probably they did the song before they
Before
broke
they-
up, so
yeah.
probably we don't know.
And Blackface still claims that African Queen was a song.
Did you listen to his trash version?
To wrap up the section, I will
He said trash.
so where exactly were you? Where exactly were you when the whole review?
You go first.
I was, I just left Lagos back then. I was in Port Harcourt. Mhm. When I heard it first, I was finding a way to get into school, 2004, doing jam runs and everything. And who know do jam runs for this life?
Oh, but I didn't do jam runs. I'm a child of God.
So, when the song came out, I was not happy I was not in Lagos. But believe me, Port Harcourt, it had that same vibe. That's when I knew Two-Face was everywhere. Because even in Port Harcourt, Kennis music, AIT was in Port Harcourt too. So Kennis music was showing these songs back to back. Ray Power was
Prime
playing
jams.
it. Prime time jams. So it was like I was still in Lagos and I had friends who knew who Two-Face was on Plantation Boys. So it was like I was still in Lagos too. And so I enjoyed everything. We go to parties, we like to hear those songs, catch the vibe, get the feeling. The one with freestyle. What's that song again?
I am calling you.
It feels good needing somebody, and somebody needs you back. Needs you back.
Mommy, you might as well take my body and soul, cause you got everything else under control. I'm trapped behind bars, mommy won't let me out on parole. So crazy like that Kelly Rowland lady, my heart was stolen, emotions getting messed up. See, you let me get stuck.
Oh man, that song. OJB played a huge role.
Yes.
The late, great, absolute legend OJB wrote some songs on that album and produced the album to perfection. That OJB is in a different league of producers. Where you have there's K Solo, there is So Sick. There are some producers. There's Don Jazzy who take on one artist produce all the songs on one album, that's an extraordinary thing to do because you have to be in charge of all the different sounds
Yes.
and fashion the whole outlook of the album such a way that the Face to Face album represented one of the first albums in the whole Nigerian music industry where you would listen to track one to the last track and listen to it all over again.
Without skipping.
I was in Lagos. I was in Festac Grammar School. I felt exceptional. I felt in a very special place in time because I knew that Two-Face represented Festac. I knew the places where he shot those videos. I'm like,
You didn't decide.
that is 111. I'm like, wow, that is Aquateria. Shout out to Festac. If you found that Two-Face was dating one of your sisters, would you be happy or would you say God forbid?
Back then, one would be very happy.
No, I mean right now.
Right now,
Right now.
no,
I know
no,
it's
no.
married. Shout out to Annie McCauley. We love you, beautiful mommy, holding the family down. But I mean, you know your husband. So
That was the thing. He just blogs. It remain like that.
All right, so like
But on a serious note, what does Two-Face? If you had to describe Two-Face with one word, what would it be?
Legend. That's all. Legend.
Tell us in the comment section.
Don't forget to follow us on all pages, okay? Memory Lane. Just get online and then subscribe, follow, share this comment. Share it, please. To celebrate our legend, share this comment.
20 years.
It ain't easy, man. Two-Face.